It's day 2 here at the GG.Bet Winter Cup. Welcome back after yesterday's opening 2 best of 3s. We've got 3 more best of 3s coming your way. It's going to be a long day for me and Dinko, but we're ready for all the action to be delivered here. And we'll be starting off today with Ambush, the Danish side, going up against SKADE, the Bulgarian side, that yesterday showed us a pretty good set of games, considering we gave them a good, odds in winning the whole thing in a convincing fashion, but it went 2-0, a little bit more than what we expected.
Yeah, usually in this tournament, we've just seen like a lot of three mappers. Every single map being played, all the rounds as well, overtime, 16-14s. We've seen yesterday a lot of close games as well. I think Ambush coming into this could perform well. I think they'll force it to a third map, but yesterday they looked only good on one map. Then they went back to just feeling uncomfortable again. So you obviously can't fix that. You can't get a better map during one night. So I think we're going to expect more of the same. That's
the problem. When it came to Ambush, it was like, yes, okay, they made it over the line in the end, but it was like, you felt like they could have given some more to it, right?
Definitely. I think Ambush have the players to be able to perform, and obviously it's the Danish, so generally you have a good system, but it didn't really seem to be a great system on the other maps, apart from Inferno. Luckily, that's where we're starting, though, for Ambush. And yesterday was just crazy stuff. Barry straight up middle. We had pushing Doctiz right down Banana. So if we get to see more of the same, I don't think it's going to work against SKADE. So they've got to fall back on something different, I think.
They've got a new player as well. We spoke about Ambush, maybe the main 3 members of their team. They've got basically Berry, CK, and I think it was Doctiz or Rouse. One of them 2 either way. So that means that Larson is a new person they're trying out for this, so they're getting another change in it. Maybe that's something that will work in their favour.
Yeah, because SMF was quiet yesterday, right? So
yeah. So he got bullied after one series.
You played bad yesterday. Changed.
No, we're only joking. We have no idea on what the case is. We just do know that they've only got 3 members on the main roster for this team. We're going to go through some results, though, because these 2 teams have faced off against each other in 6 maps in total, and 4 wins have gone to SKADE. They won both best of 3s. The first time they met, it was SKADE winning on Overpass and Dust 2, 16-9, 16-10, losing out on Train, which is also featuring in this best of 3. Then the next one was back in this Winter Cup, so they played already on the 28th of December. And it was Inferno, Train, Overpass. SKADE won Inferno 16-9, which is where we're starting. Interesting stuff. Train 16-14 to Ambush, and then Overpass 19-17 all the way. So to give you guys at home the maps, we're starting with Inferno. Train is coming up second, and then Overpass as a decider. So it is an exact repeat of the last best of 3 they just played.
Yeah, this is obviously what you want to see, especially with that being so close. It could definitely go either way at this point. Most interesting part is that Inferno was a 69 win, so that could be interesting. SKADE certainly favored in the odds from GG.Bet, 3.14 for Ambush, 1.34. And speaking of GG.Bet, you can head over to GG.Bet or GG.Bet.com as it is, and activate the GG.Bet.com code for a bonus of up to 125% on your deposit. So good stuff there for New Year. Make sure you get it done. But here on Inferno, it's straight up Banana for the T side. Spellin will peek down and see multiple players running towards him, and Rockin's going to fall back and enable his teammate to stay alive in the new box. But look at this flank. This is unbelievable. 2 kills already, Banks.
He is going straight in for it. I love the aggression coming out from SKADE, but will they be able to survive this? So many kills back and forth, and it's Denny going up against Larson, the new member to their team. He gets dropped, he gets domed, and SKADE will take the win. That was an exciting pistol round.
Yeah, that was just crazy stuff. Rainwaker suddenly is in the bottom of Banana, flanking. Just as soon as they see those players running up top Banana, right? You get that info straight away, you call it. Immediately, there's a push down middle. And that's perfect timing from SKADE. If we can expect that sort of play style, that's exactly what Ambush were bringing to the table earlier on today. So, you know, you have a situation where obviously Ambush want to play that play style on the CT side. And today, SKADE are showing that they've got that up their sleeve as well. Larson straight away, though. Opening kill in towards middle. Big deagle to the brain of Denislaw. Just the pistols for Ambush. We'll see what they can do. Larson's going to go up in towards the apartments with the eagle in his hands. Doctiz in the back lines. Going to try and make his way up. Barry just P250. This guy was crazy yesterday. Had a lot of these aggressive pushes coming through. Now Spellin up on top of the half wall. Spots the player crossing on the T-stairs. Can't get anything done. Still Ambush hold the advantage with 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock.
Just to confirm for you as well, it's Rouse, Berry, and CK who are the full 3 members currently in Ambush, which means that we've got Doctiz, who has looked really good for him on a trial, or maybe they're just experimenting, and the same for Larson. They're all logoed up, though. They're all going to give it their best shot with this, and it's interesting to see where the team goes. They recently lost 1 member back in the 8th of December, so And then, so the 29th of October, they lost one, then the 8th of December, so they're trying to rebuild, and they're still trying to play in this cup. As Spellen, he's tempting fate, jumping at the top of Banana, but he'll just fall back. Already getting rotation from his teammate over, but Larsson's heard it, and this is a nice little sneak here. They've managed to come all the way around. Will they expect it? Oh, no. He misses the deagle shots, and he's going to pay the price for it. Rocking long range with the MP9. Delivers the first one, looking for more. Second coming in. Berry goes down. That's going to be the bomb dropped as well. It's easy for Raftu to pick up the other pieces, and Rocking's having no problems at all. Teamwork coming in full fruition here for SKADE, and only CK remains. He does have the FAMAS. He might be able to do some damage, and just as I say it, Raftu gets rid of his head, puts him down, and now we're back in charge. 2-0 ambush. They gave it their best shot. Docked it straight on the AK-47, and Mac 10 for Berry. What will the rest buy up in this one?
Yesterday, I was actually on NHL TV having a little look, trying to get more info about these teams, because obviously we don't get to see them a lot. And Rainwaker is actually one of the players of the week on NHL TV. He had 14 clutches this week so far, so
my man,
that's a pretty good stat to have. And well, he's been playing a lot of these. Well, obviously a lot less players are playing this week.
True.
So it is a little easier to become one of the top players. But
yeah, he's not going up against like your cold zeros and stuff, as he's.
Yeah. So I mean, it's still impressive. 14 clutches in the week. Pretty impactful stuff. And clearly he's feeling it today because he just rushed straight up middle with a pistol. We'll see if he continues that confidence. Ambush will show a little bit of pressure towards top Banana early, but are relocating themselves back over towards A. The force is stacking all 5 players over here. They've got the ball, which is a positive sign. Yesterday we've seen a lot of teams just forget that ball.
We really did. If anyone was watching yesterday and they've come back today, it was not pretty when it came to bombs and placements, that's for sure. It's not pretty for Rain this time. He gets caught off guard. Denny will find one either way, and he's going to go straight in for the second. We spoke about Denny being a point man player for this team, usually with the AWP in his hand, but he's getting the work done with the M4. Now put it into a 4v3, and now it's up to the T's to make a play. Berry goes down on the bomb, stuck in library. This is the worst case situation. And Rouse, he can't even get the final shots onto Rockin'. It's a clean round again for SKADE. 4 alive, plenty of money in the bank. And Ambush, well, they need to find an answer, and they need to find it soon.
Yeah, they need to get into this a little bit more. I think they did well to find that opening all along. It was just perfect from Denislaw stepping in behind, getting the double, and he was really impactful yesterday. Up in his hands immediately. Spellen was a player that was top fragging yesterday for SKADE, and while he is obviously the in-game leader as well, probably one of the most experienced on the team, and he's got himself an MP9 in this round up against pistols. 3 players unarmored as well, so they could be potentially very easy kills to find. Molotov's going through Banana, top car, one in the middle, one a little bit deeper. As Berry starts to move forward with the CZ in his hands. Flash goes around the corner, it's Rocking with 1 kill, Rouse gone, Nate goes through, Larsson's on 1 HP as the spray continues to go through as Rocking finds another, and the damage is being done on towards the T players.
Just to tell you, Dinko, we've got Ambush Esports in chat, and they're saying about stand-ins. That's how it's working out for now, so that gives us some information to play off of there. Thank you very much, guys. I'll try and keep an eye on chat while we're doing all of this as well. Because it is very different for us, isn't it, Dinko? When you look at it compared to what we normally commentate, to commentating these kind of cups. And it's great to see some of this new teams come up, new talent being able to showcase what they've got to offer. And so far, what SKADE is showcasing is their confidence once again. They're back on it.
Yeah, I said that maybe Spellen can find a couple of kills here on the MP9. He was yet to frag, but there it is. Perfect. Gets 3 in this round. That's a lot of money picked up, and maybe his confidence up as well, because he was a player that was fragging very well yesterday. We'll see if he can continue that today. Ambush with the AWP in the hands of Larsson. Now, this will be interesting. T-side opening on Inferno is never that easy, especially with this player seeming to be a stand-in coming into this. We'll see whether or not that is good enough, and well, he's got off to a great start.
You're getting his early pick there. Denny now needs to find a way to reply. Berry pokes out into it, and even though Denny is blind, Berry will still fall to it, puts it into a 4v4, and now the CTs can just back away a little bit. No need for the aggression. And look, you see the B players start to rotate back towards A. They're confident in what Denny can offer and what he can deliver. And they'll be able to make sure he can try and fight this depending on where Larsson goes if they do head towards the A-bomb site. So the only thing that concerns me is Spellen only being on the MP9 to hold B on his own, so that quick rotation is going to have to come in.
That's a big problem, because I was kind of Yeah, I was kind of hoping if you're going to leave Banana with just one player and it's on an MP9, you kind of want him to be in bottom Banana, right? You want him to be near logs or in that corner so he can get that info early and allow for the rotation to come through. But he's literally just playing back on the side. But luckily, a teammate has regained control with him. They've boosted him up on top of the half wall and have Rimwicker there to potentially take the initial aggression, fall back in towards logs, and have Spellin to run Hellfire on them. Rouse is going to be boosted up on top of the half wall, ready for this Molotov that lands deep in towards Coffins. There's no one actually there right now, so this should be a pretty solid execute with the smokes coming up. Rimwicker looking just to do damage and fall off the angle. 29 seconds left. They've got to go here. An ambush with the time. It might cause pressure to be on them. Bomb's going to fall. Spellin finds one, nearly a second through the smoke, but his teammate has fallen. Now Spellin has to do a lot more as the bomb needs to be recovered. He's done that well, and now they've got back to site.
He did so much damage there in this fight. Larson, he should have been able to get that, wasn't able to make it work. Denny just got way too overconfident. Rockin has been spotted out. There's not enough time though. CK, he can't get the job done. Rockin just needs to hide. They're playing a bit of run around and nicely done in the end, but that was far too close.
That was way too close. Rockin was dancing with fire there, crossing towards the ruins. There was a gap in the smoke that he could have fallen in. That would have given Ambush the round win, but luckily he gets away. He gets behind the cover. And there's not enough time for Ambush to do anything. And really, it's down to Spellin. And also a little bit of a mistake. They send the bomb in first around that corner, right? So the first player that Spellin finds is the bomb. It fires its way straight into towards CT in the smoke. They've got to run deep into that, and that just wastes so much time, and time that they didn't have. So good stuff from SKADE. A few mistakes coming in from Ambush. Good kill from Rimwicker, starting things off as Denislot gets aggressive and catches a player in towards second middle. Raul's gone, and this is the perfect start for SKADE.
Yeah, this just seems to be working out really well. There's an air of confidence coming out here from SKADE. And remember, last time their CT side was abysmal against Brute. They went down 10-5 and then came back on their T side and they just won every single round. This, though, if Ambush don't start to get something together, it's going to be very scary as Rockin tries to back away. He's done a lot of damage, but will he be able to get this opening kill? Rockin continues to deliver. And where's the teammate, Berry? He should have been up there with CK, especially in a position like that. They're lining it up for Rockin, just allowing him to take one player at a time, and it makes it look easy for him. And now they've got the double AWP set up, Spellin back on it.
Double AWP setup. It's coming out pretty early, actually, and the fact that SKADE are winning this so consistently. A couple of years ago, or actually it might have been 2 years ago, there was an interview given by Carrigan about when you should pull the double AWP setup, and I always bring this up because I generally agree with the sentiment. It's Carrigan will only get his team to pull out the double AWP setup, or at least then, when things were going completely wrong. You've tried everything. So,
okay. Risk versus reward, right? With it being so expensive.
And with SKADE just up 6-0, they're pulling it out immediately. It's interesting. Maybe they just feel like this is the way to go to continue this lead.
And it's even better for them considering they didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, it's a free pick. Why not? But 6-0 so far. And Ambush, good weaponry with this round. It's not too bad. It's the utility that will be the bane of their lives if they can't go fast enough into it. Nice angle from Denny here. Expects someone to be close, and he's so fast. This is what we didn't see from Denny yesterday, though, Dinko. If you remember, he was getting a few good kills, but it wasn't anything too flashy, too fast. This time around, he's starting to hit the shots, but beautiful flash comes over from Larson, sets CK up for the easy kill. Puts it into a 4 versus 4 now. Ambush, though, could have the advantage going into this site. The rotation's already coming round, Rocking making his way over. Raftu has to be very careful, and he's playing the perfect angle. The spray down comes in. That's the bomb gone as well.
Oh.
And Rain, instant headshots, doing it with the silenced M4. It really does seem like just SKADE are getting everything going their way.
This is a pretty good start. This is kind of the stuff Ambush was doing yesterday. And while they're getting a taste of their own medicine, this is perfect from SKADE, just feeling so much more confident on the individual level. And with Ambush playing with a stand-in, what's the T side going to be like? Because, you know, when you have a player standing in on the T side, all the practice you've put in, all the preparation, all the systems you've built do change slightly because you've got a player that isn't even part of the team, right? Because he hasn't even been there for practice. So it's very difficult just to slot them in. Rockin and Spellin finding kills early. It's going to be a 2-man advantage pick up. A follow-up from Spellin. They keep coming towards him. And it's another. The bomb on the floor. He'll finish it off. 4K for Spellin, holding the B-bomb site. And it's 8-0 now for SKADE.
I was going to make a joke, but that round happened too quickly because Barrier is 007, but he's on the T side. No silenced USP for him. No James Bond mode. And he continues to struggle to get a kill on the board because SKADE are giving them 0 chances. They are destroying them in every single way. It's honestly super impressive. Because this was not the SKADE we saw yesterday. Whatever happened on their CT side yesterday, they clearly went back and said that's never happening again.
Yeah, just fix those problems, get it done, and clearly they have. And it just seems a lot more confident from them. It seems like the players are just playing more comfortable, delivering a lot of impact. And, well, at this point, Ambush are in a position that is pretty damn scary. You can see those odds from GG.Bet, 11.48 for Ambush, 1.02 for SKADE, and we're only in 9 rounds. So this is not looking so great at all for the Danes. And Inferno was a map that they looked good on yesterday, which is kind of scary. Here on Inferno, SKADE are delivering damage. And it's not even just a huge performance from one player. It's the entire team. 10-1 on Rocking, 9-4 on Spellen, who has delivered those kills in a matter of, what, 3 rounds or something? So pretty ridiculous stuff. Denislaw, 9-3, has been super aggressive with that op. Rainwaker with his initial flank of the pistol and big holds on the A-bomb site when they come towards him. So yeah, this is starting to look very, very good for SKADE.
This is like night and day difference between what we saw from SKADE yesterday. If you guys on chat were watching the games yesterday, SKADE went down 10-5 against Brute on their CT side, and it was looking really scary. Then they went onto their T side and won 11 rounds in a row without losing anything. Yeah,
that's the thing, right? I think maybe caught off a little bit by Brute's playstyle. You know, Brute were a team that they might not be too familiar with. They've played Ambush a lot, right? They probably take from their last match they played against Ambush. They find out a few ways that they could have played it differently. And clearly bringing the fight to them is the right call at the minute. Ambush haven't been able to deliver at all. Barry sets back on T-Stairs, throws the utility towards top banana early to try and hold the CTs at bay. He's done that effectively. They are in behind the half wall still. But look at this from Denislaw. That's so aggressive. And it works for the opening.
It's also pushed back Ambush. You saw them straight away. He goes down. They were relying on Doctors to have a opening chance in that for them. Seems to be a bit of a problem when it comes to it. Now, what's interesting, right? When I normally look at games, the teams that lose in a best-of-3 or a best-of-1, when they go for the rematch, they tend to look better or change things up and confuse it. For SKADE, they've won both best-of-3s they've played against Ambush, and they're still coming back and now looking stronger on Inferno. If they can keep this up, it's very scary, but it's not down and out just yet for Ambush. Remember, it's only 8 rounds in. We're on the 9th at the moment. A 9-6 could still be something that Ambush can work with. And that's a good start, but instantly the trade comes in. Rain's in a position to do the damage, and he nearly gets 3. He puts Barry down to 10 health.
It's not Barry's first kill, so he barely stays alive, but he finds his kill, and then there's a chance to do more. He needed to find that, and what is he doing? Oh no! Spellen just looks at him, doesn't actually shoot, runs away. Barry is so lucky there. Because Spellen was in a perfect position. Barry had his knife out in his hands, and while Spellen repositions and still finds the kill as Barry commits to it on his own.
Now, one thing that's concerning me here is, yes, Barry's the in-game leader and they don't have a coach, if I'm right? We didn't see a coach for Ambush on the scoreboard when it came up. Could be wrong, but that's just off memory. No call-outs, no timeouts. No one's taking a pause. Yeah. When you're down this far, you need to take a pause. You need to readjust.
In general, when you see 7 runs on the board already and you're down 7-0, that's when you should just call a pause, because you're already in a position where you're going to lose the half. There is no good outcome at this point. And, well, CK can maybe pull this off. They lined up for him, and there it is, the double. That is not the greatest retake from SKADE. And, well, Ambush get themselves the first on the board.
Now, that was good from CK. Good positioning, good understanding of where he was going to go from there. He was already clearing out CT spawn. But SKADE, you don't line up like that. You don't give... this doesn't make any sense.
They're all looking at the same angle. Like, he's just walking up CT, and they're just completely oblivious to that position.
Communication is the key to success, and there was none when it came to that particular instance.
Well, that's a little unfortunate.
Still, though, this will give Ambush maybe a confident boost to push in with it. They took good control of mid early on. Looked like Spellen was going to try and shut them down at B, but CK was the one to deliver the damage.
Flashing towards top mid. Molotov for Barry. He's going to go up and land right on top of Spellen. Toasting his feet, he's forced back on towards the site. Rainwaker delivered from this sort of position. He was in the cubby last round, but this time on the other edge of the smoke. What the T's love to do now is throw this deeper smoke in towards long so that they can play inside of the smoke, but Berry doesn't quite capitalize on that opportunity. Rimwicker does take him away as soon as the smoke fades, and that's been a few times now where Berry's just been caught off in these ridiculous positions alone. And another point, like you said, no coach, Berry's the only caller. But the stuff that he's dying to, and not having the hottest of starts, that's when any player starts to get sort of tilted, right? You don't want your in-game leader being tilted.
You see, there we go, Raftu. He's playing Pit really well today.
Well, it's over. This round is done, unless Raoul's pulled off an incredible 1v5. He's being pushed from Banana. He's being pushed from every angle, really, at this point. They have everything on A. Raoul just needs to be careful. He's got tucked in the corner. Raftu spots him, finds the headshot. Didn't even need the player flanking from Banana. And while 9-1, SKADE, they lose one, but they answer right back. And that sends the economy of Ambush right to the bin.
Yeah, it's what I was just looking at. I was thinking, okay, well, you won one round, then instantly you reset, lost bonus, gone, and you're back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
This is a scary situation now for Ambush.
The perfect thing about this economy, though, for the current state of the economy for Ambush is there's no more full reset, right? Because you can still get a few items invested, but it's never going to be a solid buy. Feels like we never see the full eco anymore, though.
No.
It never comes through.
It's like, oh, we may as well get something, you know, why not?
It's like we could go like $500 extra on top of what we used to have. Just throw it in. Span coming through the wood. Raftu is going to back off, and like you said, he's been really solid from this pit position. He's been changing it up, and I said that's something that needs to happen. You can't play the same spot every time. And while Dennis Lott playing in the middle of the site's overrun, Doctiz, the Mac 10s from Raoul's and Doctiz delivering shots, 3 kills. This is perfect. This is what you want on the T side.
Ray needs to maybe not try and hunt too much yet. Wait for Spellin to come in. There is a potential to take this because some damage has been done, and yes, they picked up weapons, but there's still 2 pistols on there. Money, though, isn't actually as good as I expected it for SKADE. Ooh, that was close. Spellin didn't actually shoot a bullet. Doctiz manages to jump away, and I think that'll be the idea to call for a save. Spellin's down and out. Being pushed by Larson, and then finished off by Doctiz. A second round on the board for Ambush. Maybe not chaining rounds together, but this is better. They're starting to come into it.
Yeah, they needed that round win. And that was just a very simple... Well, we've got some weapons. We've got Mac 10s. Let's just call something fast, something crazy. It's the balcony rush. Throw the smoke for the hay bales, just run out, find the kills, and they were successful in doing so. And you could see the CT's not really ready for that aggression. They hadn't set up perfectly for it. I think Ambush were just kind of lucky they somewhat ambushed them, really.
The good old Mac 10 bust with a few pistols to back it up. SKADE now maybe will just take a step back on how aggressive they want to be into these plays. Normal weapons up for Ambush, but it's not a good start. CK, one of the key players from going down, and there's so much damage. No. They're just watching health deplete everywhere. They may have got top mid control, but SKADE, they're the ones to get the kills. Denny in a prime position as well to get the next one. It can also avoid the flash from it. Raoul's maybe up there, but Denny misses the shot. He's backed up by Raftu, and this is just falling apart once again. Denny, fast and furious, 3 swift kills, holding strong at top of mid. And Ambush again. Yes, they've got the money, luckily, because it was such a cheap round that they won on the previous, but you reset instantly.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm fine with them winning that previous sort of half buy, low buy, whatever. But the thing is, I was mostly looking towards their success in this round. If they don't win that one, then it's such a negative sign for me, because it shows that in normal gun rounds, they haven't got a system that's working. And, well, Ambush, they might just have to go with, for the rest of the half, just gimmicks, because they've only got a few rounds left of this half, and they desperately need a few more rounds. 2 is certainly not enough. They find 4, that's still recoverable. 5 is perfect. That's the only sort of half they can hope for at this point. That's good.
Unless Ambush just come out with like the best CT side we've ever seen. Yeah. There is
13-2 could be a possibility, and that could be a comeback from Ambush of the CT side. It's highly unlikely, but it's not impossible. We've seen some crazy comebacks yesterday. SKADE just seemed to be good on the T side, though. That's the scary part.
Yeah. Yesterday's T side was monstrous.
On both maps as well that they played.
Yeah, yeah. Even Nuke.
And the CT sides were pretty bad, to be honest. So this is a really good sign. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. It's online CS. It seems to just change every day. This is where the half switch. They're good at the CT side today, but terrible on the T side. It happens like that in CS, but CK is going to find an opening.
Yeah, it's how it goes down on the day. And now with Ambush getting this early round lead, yes, CK and Berry have taken a fair bit of damage, but they've got the numbers advantage here. Now we need to group up, play together, and look at how we want to take this. They've split the sites for the CTs 2-2. And they've not shown everything just yet. Larson going to look and try and find an opening. Looks towards Pit, and oh, this is a nice change up from SKADE. 2 players in there. Raftu has previously been on his own for the majority of the round so far. 15 seconds to go. CK will find the opening, but they need to stop this bomb going down. CK delivering over and over again, but he also kills off Berry. It's not the end of the world. It's still a 4v2. And Rocket and Spell, and they're just going to sit back and chill. They know they don't need to go for this in the money. Well, it's just not there.
Well, finally, just constant chip damage that Ambush have been putting onto them. They've been winning a few rounds here and there, but never consistently. But they've been getting kills, and that's important. And you can see this sort of back and forth that's been established. It's never going to favor that CT side economy. So now Ambush do have a chance to potentially end this half 10-5. And that is definitely recoverable. We've seen Ambush have a really good CT side yesterday on Inferno. If they can start to build some momentum towards the end of this first half, that's a perfect sign for them. Saving the AWP over the M4, something SKADE have been very good at is sort of winning these rounds after losing one. They've been very good at sort of quenching any potential momentum over on the Ambush side. And while we take a look at SKADE's economy, it's not great, but it's still enough to get a buy. When you take a look at Rainwaker, he's going to have to take a hit and go to FAMAS. It's been dropped over, but it's still a buy. And they've got a chance here to stop Ambush from getting anything more done. But I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of force buys just at the end of this half now. So we're never going to see an eco come in from anybody. Going into the penultimate round of the half. Berry's been pretty quiet. And he's a player that stepped up yesterday, alongside Doctiz, who's also pretty quiet with 4 kills.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Doctiz was so impactful yesterday for them over and over again. I think he had one like okayish game, but he was just solid throughout. So this is not what Ambush need for him to deliver in.
We'll see what they can do. This double up setup back in the hands of SKADE, Spellin, and Denislaw carrying them over. Larson's going to peek down in towards middle. Denislaw's on a glass cannon, so that's definitely something to look out for. And he's going to get aggressive. He's going to try and find this kill in towards second mid. It was a good attempt, and he lands the shot, but it's not enough damage as it connected through the wall on towards Berry. Does spot the info that there's players running up second middle, but they can't really do too much based off of that. Smoke coming in. It's going to be a deep, long smoke, and CK is going to catch on Denislaw. So there goes the AWP. It's been so impactful from that exact position. Now Raftu needs to deliver from the balcony. It's Rainwaker that will catch out the first player. Really solid flash. That left him blinded inside the pit for so long, and now he's gone. Raftu drop. Riles finds a double. This is perfect. They've got the A-bomb site, and this is going to be a 4th round on the board.
Much better now from Ambush. They're starting to find their way into it. SKADE can still be very happy with those 10 rounds put on the board, but they know they slowed down massively here to allow this to take place. And again, it's just a saving game. Ambush respecting it, though, not going on the hunt to try and take the weapons away. And what's really nice here for Ambush is, yes, okay, you got off to a rough start, but being able to get some confidence now, gain these last few rounds, that's something that they can work with. Maybe try and pull themselves into the next half feeling more comfortable. And remember, it's probably the first game of the day for these guys. I'm sure they warmed up and stuff before, but it is still pretty early.
Yeah, it is pretty early. We did have the excuse yesterday, you know, maybe New Year's, but that's gone now. No more.
Yeah, if you're still suffering from your hangover or crazy party and you're on the 3rd, you need to work on some recovery techniques, my friends.
Yeah. Well, 10-4. Last round of the half coming up. Ambush with a chance to grab 5. SKADE didn't look too great, even with the double up setup in that last round. So Spellin is making the sacrifice. All up into the hands of Denislaw. It's obviously favoring Denislaw over on that A-bomb site. Definitely seems to be the primary opper for the team. Top smoke coming in towards Banana, and something we've cut to this angle quite a bit inside of Banana, right? And every time we've done it, we've seen the 3 Molotovs. There isn't those 3 Molotovs this time, so I think that just kind of shows how weak the economy is, kind of on both teams. I think obviously the T side has a little bit more utility, but SKADE just have nothing to just willingly throw down Banana early. Rainwaker at the bottom of Boiler. We've already seen a battle of Raftu and CK. Raftu won the battle, but he was dropped by Doctiz in reply, so effective trading from Ambush. Nade lands on top of Rainwaker, drops into 50.
Now this is the key round. 10 or 11 can be very different in how this goes down, especially how pistols can play into it. Remember, it's got a lot harder to try and get the pistol round and then get the follow-up rounds afterwards. There's no more 2-0, 3-0 guarantees. Brain gonna have to be pivotal in this one. Starts off strong onto Berry, looking for the next. Does a lot of damage onto Doctis, but he can't stand strong long enough. And now the rotation comes in, but Spellen, with that MP9, you need to allow the backup of the rest of your teammates to come in and give you a good fighting chance of it. They've only got 2 flashes for this retake, so the moment they are popped is when they will have to go. Denny might be able to find an opening. Maybe they boost him up on Spellen's head for him to see over into the site. That could be a key play, especially with Rouse poking out in the open here.
They're moving close. Rocky's going to be the front man. Rouse has got the kill. He looks for a follow-up, but Denislaw had the iron goal. And now it's all on to Denislaw, alone in the clutch. He's got himself no kit, so this is going to be difficult as he runs on towards the site to try and grab one. Doctors from the pit delivers a lightning-fast headshot. 5 recovered for Ambush. Now it's really on, because we've seen them be pretty solid in that CT side yesterday. You
really saw, though, a big problem there with the communication. Because you saw it, you knew it, there was a good chance for that boost to come in.
Yep.
Spellen even ducked down and no one reacted to it. But the odds on your screen massively favor SKADE right now, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to go and bet on this game, you can head over to GG.Bet. And if you use the code GG.Bet.com, all one word, GG.Bet.com, you make a deposit and you'll get a 125% deposit bonus. You'll love to see it. Anything extra, anything free is definitely worth it. But let's see what Ambush have to offer on their CT side now. 5 rounds is what they posted on their T side. It was looking rough for them, but they came back into it. Certainly stronger than how they started. And, well, first shot goes out from Doctors. He managed to do a bit of damage onto Spellen, puts him on 81 health. That'll give him the information that there is at least 1 player in apartments now. But that's not telling the full story, as the bomb sits down towards T-spawn still. They're just waiting, going for a very slow style of play from SKADE.
Finally, 1 flashbang used. Still the smoke and flash left as they send 2 players in towards top banana. They'll clear the sandbags. No one playing from that angle, so now they can just leave Rocking up here to maintain control. He'll rattle 1 shot in towards Berry to show there is presence out, to show there is a player towards top car. Now they'll start to come back. That will start the information for the CTs. And now they can just gather inside of A. There's no info on banana, so they could still all be there for all that the CT side know. So now they're going to group up. All 5 players about to hit in towards the A-bomb site. Good hold so far for the CT side. At least a good setup, but no kills coming through. The T side are hitting everything.
But Larson, he's the man to deliver. Headshots galore so far. He's holding on and he's delaying this plant. It's going to allow for the rotation to come in and Berry. He's doing the job. And Larson with the triple, the 1-man army holding strong on the A site, allowing Ambush to get that round on the board. And SKADE, they did not know what hit him.
That was brilliant. Larson from the middle of the site when all things were falling around behind him. He steps up, but he finds important headshots. He stays alive, and that's the most important thing he's done, right? Yeah, finding the kills is good, but staying alive allows for his teammates to help him out, right? Because it gives him enough time to get into a better position and stops SKADE from taking that bomb site itself. 10-6, SKADE in a pretty scary position economically now at this point, so they're going to take a little eco. And Ambush will start to really pull this right back. 4 in a row now from Ambush. Something they couldn't do at the start of this game was put rounds together, string them together, but now they're starting to do that quite consistently. 4 in a row.
Larson, pinpoint precision. Takes down Rocking, no problem at all. He's got a bit of the KAB aim in there.
A little bit of shake.
Shaky spray.
Denislaw in behind it. Gets a chance on 1, but the timing is just awful for him. Very able to pick up the last 2. And this is important for Ambush because we've talked about the potential on the CT side. Now they've got off to a good start on the CT side. If they win this one, that's when they've got the momentum definitely in their favor. And this is maybe where their confidence is back and they can start to get aggressive and show us what they did yesterday. But this is...
Poor Denny.
Well, yeah,
Denny's like, the easy lineup. And then all of a sudden, 1 shot and he's dead.
He takes his time to perfectly line it up as well because sometimes those shots from behind are the hardest to hit, right? So he's taking his time. He's just getting precise and then gets headshotted.
5 rounds in a row now for Ambush. If they can make it 6, they're going to really start to turn the tide of this game.
Yeah.
Already a 10-7 scoreline, which is perfectly capable of a win here for Ambush. And if you're SKADE, you need to find that confidence back again. Don't slow down. Don't allow this to happen to you. Because Ambush, you gave them a chance, and now they're starting to run away with it.
The scary thing is, Ambush showed that they love to get aggressive on the CT side. So if SKADE, they don't really have utility to hold that off in this round. So this is potentially a round where Ambush can throw that in, but they know how important that this round is, so they might just play a little bit more on the safe side, on the conservative approach. So far, Larson seems to be delivering more impact than SMF was able to do yesterday, so that's pretty good on the A-bomb site. Technical pause. Obviously, online, it's quite difficult to enforce the rule set of no talking, right? You can't have someone in the TeamSpeak server all the time. So, obviously, both of these teams can use this as a little bit of a timeout to talk about what potentially they could do better or what's going wrong. And I think SKADE will certainly welcome this. 2 players yet to invest. Could potentially be the players with the problems. Well, that would explain everything.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? We go, there we go. Suddenly realised. To be fair, I've done this before, right? And I don't know, you may have done it yourself as well. One time I played a whole game on 60 hertz because I didn't realise that my NVIDIA stuff, once it updated, just went back. So I'd gone from 240 hertz to 60 hertz, and I was like, what is wrong with my aim? Like, what am I doing? And all of a sudden, I'm like, that's why it didn't feel smooth.
Yeah, it's. I've done it a few times, yeah, and I've not noticed it for like 3 games. Well, I know what something's up, and I'm wondering what the hell's wrong, and then.
But in your mind, right, you always think like, it's just me, I'm having a bad game or something. It can happen, and then you realise you're like, I remember who was I talking to? It might have been Get Right, like a while ago, and he was always saying that even when he goes and gets into game, right, literally just before they go into knife or whatever is coming up, he'll still just double, triple check everything like that, just in case, like digital vibrance, the refresh rate, little things, because you never want to be in a position where even for a couple of rounds you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah, that happened at, when I was playing that show match. All my binds just suddenly unbound, and it was in the middle of a round as well. So, yeah, I got one. I think you probably will remember. It was on when I was playing A-Long. I just walk around the corner, and everything just stops working. All the keys stop working. My mouse doesn't work. I'm like, what the hell? So then I check, and all my binds are just unbound.
You sure Mitch didn't like tamper with your keyboard? And
he's just
like, did unbind all
to W.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, probably. I mean, that is the only reasonable explanation for that.
It's so funny now, right? Because back in the day, like, as you keep mentioning, I'm very old. So when we used to turn up to LAN events, people would just be like, you'd have your computer for the whole weekend, right? Yeah. So people would sometimes just go over and have fun and just be like, yeah, unbind all, just bind random buttons and stuff. Like, I had, like, horrible words bound to my WASD. So people just did, like, bind, say text, and then just... And I'm like, oh, great. Just started in Spawn. Just tapped away a load of abuse to my opponents. Great.
I had that. So I had my PC at LAN in Ireland, right? And
can't trust those Irish, you know.
Yeah, you can't because they went on my Faceit profile.
Oh no!
They didn't change my Faceit name, as in my username, but they changed the actual like details. So when I go on to when I'm obviously working for Faceit, and they sent me something, whatever. Like they said, you might want to change your surname on Faceit because I don't think FU is your second name. So I'm like, I go check, and it's just everything is just false info that just is offensive. So
lock that computer whenever you leave. Even if you just stand up, just lock the damn computer.
Just never bringing my actual PC to LAN ever again.
Oh man, good old times. We'll reminisce about the good old days. I was going through some old photos, right, of like events from back in like 2004, 2005, and you really could like. I think players now who weren't back in that time don't understand how lucky they have it, because like we used to have lug 24-inch fucking CRT monitors with us on top of the computers as well. Now people just turn up, all the computers are there for you, no problems at all.
And you have some dude that puts an SSD in the PC for you.
Like, all you got to do is set up your config and sit down.
I literally noticed that because obviously I've never played it as a professional player, but I sat on the stage and some dude comes in, slots an SSD in for you, sets everything up, and you just sit there and play the game. And I think that's why we're starting to see just players become better and the whole scene, because you have nothing else to focus on, right?
Yeah, it's literally like now you're
play
just
the
on
game.
your
That
game.
is your only job. You have people getting you stuff, you have your managers, you have coaches, psychologists, everything. And all you have to do is play the game. And some people can't even do that. So
we've come a long way.
Yeah, we have come a long way. So 10-7. Right back into the action. We've come a long way in the series as well. We'll see whether or not Spelling can get anything done. Just changing the pace up. A great change in pace. The flashbang allows him to find an opening kill. Headshot on towards Berry. Man advantage available to SKADE.
That was so smooth, super smooth. Ambush did not even understand what was going on. That smoke was perfect. I think he took 1 point of damage from the molly and the rest of it to finish off Berry. Gives them this great opening. Ambush already rotated a player over, but SKADE are not committed to anywhere just yet. Got so much time, they can back away, they can do what they want. Rouse has to at least get one if they do continue to want to go towards B. SKADE should expect the rotation though. They should understand that this isn't just going to be one player holding the site. CT smoke goes down. T's aren't going to want to push forward for it. Rouse going to look to see if he can find a bit of a one-way there on the edge. Raftu is the closest one to it. Larson's there to give him the backup. The flash is going to go over. Is Rouse going to push it? He is blinded. He is. Oh, the damage! The double comes in. The headshot's delivered. And now they may be able to take down Rouse, but all he needs to get is one kill from the side. Manages to do some damage onto him, but the site is going to be secured and Rockin. He lands it onto Larson already. CK on the quick rotate. Rockin making some noise though, and he's not going to expect it. Nicely done by CK. Going to grab himself an AK, and this is still game on for Ambush.
Utility going back in towards the side. CK with a picked up rifle. Much better than the finesse that he has, but a double stack in Emo. They don't have a Molotov to clear this position. They've used it for Nubox, so they can't get rid of both of them. So the first one he peeks will come through, and they'll expect maybe the last player to be in ruins, because they haven't fully checked that. So this is perfect. The double stack will really pay off for the T side, especially if they're just getting kills versus him. Denislaw, second attempt was there, but CK somehow finds the double, and it's the triple overall for him in the retake, with enough time for the defuse due to the kit. And there's the retake, successful, and the clutch is in for CK.
The only downside there for Rain was pushing into it. If he just held back in the spot.
Sure.
The problem is, Rain would have maybe checked it or lazy checked it, but he's always going to go for new box afterwards, right? That's the second spot you check. So Rain sadly didn't need to do that. A small detail in that minimal 1v1 fight there, but huge work from... I have not seen CK have a bad game. In all these games that we've seen from Ambush, he's just been delivering.
He's been really consistent. That was such a great clutch as well. Finding that kill in towards Banana is perfect. You know, if he loses that battle, which was actually kind of likely, the position was much better from the player on top car. But CK, hero's work for Ambush. SKADE will be kicking themselves about losing that one. Larson with a chance in towards middle. Pop up. Good kill from Denislaw.
Denny. Straight away, CK is going to go down as well. He's on his own, and Doctors, he's good for one, but then he's done. And instantly, the CTs say, we're getting the hell out of here. And if SKADE is smart, they're going to go apply the pressure, because the money is not brilliant yet for Ambush. Try and take these weapons away from him. Spellin still holding down the bottom of Banana, which means SKADE can pincer him. We've got two players going through CT spawn.
Well, Spellin starts to make his way up. Galil in his hands as they start to move forward. This is much better from SKADE, keeping most of their players alive. Riles and Berry backing off, saving what they can. Now SKADE, they've consistently shown that they will fight on this T side. Something that Ambush didn't have yesterday was a team that put up a fight on the terrorist side. So they're going to have to struggle with their economy. This back and forth, it never favors the CTs. Oh, damn, that is not good. Rouse, he walks around the corner. They know Berry's in the corner as well, but they couldn't get around the corner in time. Berry does well not to peek that. At least they save something. The M4 into the next round, but there's nothing else for the team. A couple of them want double eco, so they're going to have to force buy around this, probably. Larson still hasn't invested, but he eventually will, with his teammates also buying. There's going to be a force buy for Ambush, likely to lose this one, which means SKADE likely up to 13 rounds on the board.
Problematic situation now for Ambush. It really would have been a big difference maker keeping two of them guns there compared to one. And I don't just mean because they have an extra rifle, it's just in how the buy can work out, what players can drop potentially over as well. And already the pressure being applied at Banana is going to push the Ambush players away as CK. He's the Hail Mary of this team. He's just jumping out, he's going for it non-stop.
Spell wants that AK so bad.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't want the Galil, come on.
You still want to try and get rid of that Galil, though.
Yeah, don't allow that to go to them. You don't want to give them any extra advantage in this, considering what CK just did with a Deeg.
Well, smoke deploys from Rouse to try and hold them off in the meantime. Now, there's one piece of their utility used up already. They've only got 2 left, the flash and a smoke. Rouse is the holder of the flashbang.
It looks like he threw the Galil, by the way, because they didn't pick it up. Good job, Spellum.
Yep. Maybe just imagine if they just didn't walk to the bottom of the stairs.
He jumped out a window or something and just like missed it entirely.
40 seconds in play. SKADE starting to come on through. They start to back off, actually, and set up for this B execute. Or they could just walk right up middle, play contact. And if they explode on towards Larsen, get rid of him quickly. Well, there's no one on the A-bomb side other than him. So this could be very, very easy pickings for SKADE. But Larsen's made a play towards Boilers. So with 20 seconds left, he can cause some problems, or potentially could have. But he is gone, headshots through, bomb site has fallen, and this is impossible to win for the CT side now at this point. Save the Kevlar, save whatever you've got into the next round. And, well, we're likely looking at 13 now on the board for SKADE. And that would put them 3 away from victory on Inferno.
It was a good gamble stack from Ambush, right? You had a bit of contact towards B, you may as well just risk it. Sadly, Larsen wasn't able to get anything done, but this will now give SKADE their 12, and Ambush just need to hold on to anything that they have. Remember, we've got 2 players with head armor in it, the MP9 and the M4 there. If Rouse can grab himself anything, it would be huge. But it's all about saving what you got, because these next few rounds are not going to be pretty for Ambush. Everyone from SKADE, they're just going to sit in pit. They're not even going to try and exit. They're not giving Ambush a chance of getting any weapons here. Everyone survives, no problem at all. The 12th round secured, and SKADE, they're certainly back into it. There's only a 4-round difference between them. But for Ambush, no money, no real opportunity to do anything extra in this. We see 1 smoke purchased up here by Berry. They're going to try and play off that in some way. But because Berry, remember, he was the one that saved after time as well, his money is going to be very problematic. Down at 1.7 at the moment.
Yeah. And, well, I think problematic is the key word when we're discussing Ambush right now at this point. Utility coming up. Molotov to clear top car. Yeah, a lot of teams actually, this is a problem that lower ranked players do. If you're watching and you're kind of like just a matchmaking player, don't throw the Molotov behind the car. Actually throw it in front of it, because it clears half wall as well.
Yeah.
So you don't exactly want to clear that car position, because that's actually quite an easy angle to spam, because it's made of wood. So
and you can also pre-fire it. How many times do you go for that?
Exactly. And if you clear this position, it's much more difficult to deal with where Barry's playing. So you definitely want to throw that Molotov in front of the car. Sometimes you can get lucky and it spreads in behind as well. So let's see what they can do. Rocking is going to catch out Barry, taking him down. Opening kill picked up for SKADE. And well, they have one player playing the most traditional lurk style ever. Look at Railmaker just gone for on the exact opposite side of the map, holding off for this aggressive push from the CT side as they try and run down middle. He'll be ready for that 100%. But here comes the push in towards B. Deal with Rouse early. SG to the head. Denislov finds the follow-up. Rainmaker called to the action. Wasn't expecting the second player. So there's an AK available to Doctors, who will just try and save that over.
An AK, though, is good to take into this next round. It will help them out a little bit.
Oh, they might not get it into the next one, though. Oh, no. Rocking. He's not going to be looking this way. Ships in the night, they cross each other. Denislov, he's going to fall, but he has to be the sacrifice. You know, once he, never mind, they line up. There's 2 kills. Oh, my God.
And Rocking didn't manage to get him. Doctors needs to try and find a way out, but he's completely surrounded. Raftu waiting and looking for him. A good effort by all means, but unable to hold on to that AK. Just did a bit of damage to the economy of SKADE. That was nice. It was a good lineup as well, the timing that he waited for it. SKADE, though, 3 rounds away from taking the opening map here.
Yeah, taking Inferno in convincing fashion would be exactly the goal here from SKADE.
This was SKADE pick, though. They played it 20 times with a 90% win ratio.
Yeah.
Next, we're going over on to Train.
And obviously Train was a very close one between these 2 teams. SKADE have shown that they can play that one. And if they're performing really solidly today, well, Train could be a scary affair for Ambush, because it's not one of those maps where it's very easy to slot a stand-in into. T-side can be quite difficult. It's probably one of the most difficult halves of NCS, if not the most difficult half.
It's my absolute favorite map, but it's just like kind of the worst mixed team map.
Yeah. We've got some people like suggesting Train should be removed.
What?
Yeah, I think Yeah,
The only thing that needs to change the train is give me back my old 1.6 hide under the train.
Yeah.
I'm down for that, but people hate it.
Oh, CK. Finding spell. I'm a big fan of hiding under the train. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Now you can sort of just see feet under trains.
Yeah,
that's it.
Bit harder. Just a little bit harder. Push coming into B though. SKADE looking to get fast into this one. Rao's now needing to hold on. Hasn't given his position away just yet. A flash comes in and it's Larssen. The teamwork is working out. Larssen delivering the kills now on top of it, and they're just locking it down. A two-man hold. Rao's and Larssen. They are delivering. That was a key round for Ambush to pick up. Don't allow SKADE to get too far away from it. Build up some bank, or at least a little bit in there. And terrorist timeout's going to be called. SKADE looking for another opportunity in this one.
Barry, 5 and 15. Complete reverse performance from yesterday. But Ambush with a chance to try and step up, to try and increase their scoreline on the CT side. Very good team effort overall from SKADE, though. Not a large disparity in between top fragger and bottom, but who is at the top again? It's Spellin. So pretty impressive, especially since he got off to a slower start. He got a lot of multi-kills, a lot of big rounds coming through from him. And he's also just, like yesterday, just sending himself in first. You know, he's just a front man, just so aggressive, coming over the top of sandbags and Inferno, just mental stuff coming in from Spellin. And he's doing it well. That's the most important part. He's being impactful from it. But they have to win this one. If the T-side don't, then Ambush are right back into things again.
Ooh, a bit more confidence coming out there early on from Ambush. Not just trying to take some banana control, but also going in for the shots. And Larssen manages to get the wall onto Rocking. There's no reply coming out. Raftu was there, but he wasn't quick enough to get the job done. So Ambush with a lead, with a chance. Now they don't have to fight for this.
Well, SKADE ready to impact on the A-bomb site. Utility usage about to come through. Flashbang smokes all up. Smoke from Modo and the Mac-10 will just run on through. Flashbang was good. Prevented the player from default from fragging, but CK delivering shot after shot. 2 kills coming through. And it's all on Spellin now. 1v4, not winning this. Ambush will go to double figures. CK was finally put an end to, but Larssen delivers from the middle of the site. 13 to 10. Ambush reach double figures, and they send the money of SKADE into the bin. So this is going to be another round on the board for Ambush. Really starting to put pressure on the SKADE side. They've already improved on their previous result in Inferno, right, when they last played.
Yes.
So this is doing much better.
Yeah, certainly looking better across the board.
Which is a good sign for a close match overall, because we've seen already the last 2 maps of the series when they last played were super close. 16-14 the second map, and then the final map went to overtime. So clearly a very even matchup between these two sides. Nid's going through in towards Logs, trying to double stack on top of Rainwaker. Deep smoke coming through to secure banana control. They've separated that one player, and finally the kill comes through.
The thing that's key here for me is that Ambush, they went down so far early on, and they had the strength as a team, even with it being a bit of a mixed team, of coming back into it. They really are starting to make it competitive now, and the SKADE only being on pistols. This is going to be the 11th round secured of timing.
That's a little bit ballsy from Spellin. Just walks around the corner. Rocking. He's going to fall. Berry will find himself an easy kill on the SG. And now this is where the rest just falls. Surely, as Berry with a good kill towards the boiler, middle as well. And now it's Raftu along with a P250. And he's domed. 13-11. Ambush. Keep 5 alive. That's great for their money. But SKADE coming into this with a buy again. The AK is finally back in their hands. If they can get back to winning ways, they can still close this. But Ambush on the war path back into things. With the weapons that they've got and the money they've got in reserve, Ambush will be able to buy even if they lose this one. So the problem now becomes SKADE have to win this one convincingly, right? They can't. It's not enough just to win in the 1v1, because you need to keep most of these rifles in play for the next round. Otherwise, you're going to go into the next one with a worse buy than Ambush overall. So they need to be very careful and clinical in this. And that is not exactly a clinical Molotov. It doesn't even reach its intended mark.
You see, Ambush have got a lot more confident now as well. just the way they're playing positions. Larson switching it up as well, being moved over to this B site for now. He'll be the only player now holding down Banana, which means the quick rotation will come through from Arch the moment, I guess, he fires or has an idea of what could be going on. Raftu needs to be flashed over into this one. He does not want to dry peek in. That's exactly what happens. Larson backs away. He takes the shot. No rotation coming in just yet. Nicely done onto Rockin, though. Lands it, drops him down to 34 health. Won't find the kill, but he's successfully got back into the site, repositions, and he's not done just yet. CK now ready with him. And SKADE, they don't want to go too fast yet, but only 35 seconds on the clock, and that's where it becomes a problem.
Running back, straight up middle. It's going to be a charge straight in towards the A-bomb site. Two players waiting here on the CT side to see if they can hold this off. And well, they've been pretty successful at being impactful from the middle of the bomb site. Rouse heads his way into the corner. Smoke up, and that will sort of delay the clearing of the site and cause a couple of problems. With 10 seconds, they don't really have time to waste. Good kill from Rouse. Another follow-up from Doctors. This one is over as the bomb falls. A clean-up from the remaining players. It's only Dennis Law. Well, he can't win this, so he's back in second mid, saving on to the SG. Oh, this is not what SKADE were hoping for. Ambush are showing up. And if they steal Inferno, they put themselves in a good position to potentially 2-0 this.
And this is where it gets desperate for SKADE. We saw this a bit yesterday when they started to get frantic when it came to these kind of rounds, and you saw it. Time was ticking away. They tried to switch things up, and the execute just wasn't good enough on the A site and Ambush. They hold on strong. They're looking to make this 13-13, especially with SKADE not having the most optimal buy in this one. Spellum got a bit of utility to fire off with. An additional smoke on Raftu, on the flash that's already been used by Rocking. Then he's trying to lead the charge up Banana, but he's taken so much damage from the flames. It does get extinguished, but he's down on 35 health. Not an optimal start. Rocking already dead. And Ambush, their confidence is shining.
Yeah, this is so good from Ambush. We've seen a good CT side yesterday, but something we also seen was a good T side from SKADE. That hasn't been the case here, so scary times ahead for SKADE. If Ambush are good on the CT side, Train should be a walk in the park for them, right? Because that's a map where heavily CT-sided. Because we were talking yesterday about the fact that we have a lot of T-side wins coming in. I think Train's definitely still a map that's CT-sided, even with the T-sided meta. But Rouse finding himself a headshot, following up. Ambush looking to deliver on these last two kills. CK, of course, is the man to do it from the graveyard. Another triple kill added to his collection. That's 4 3Ks now he's got, which is pretty ridiculous. He's currently 23 and 17. Top fragger on the server by quite the margin. And now they've evened the scoreline. We're once more at a stalemate. And a chance to potentially take the lead here for Ambush. SKADE coming back into it with a buy. Has got a few weaknesses in there in terms of utility and I think Galil for Dennis Law, but overall they'll be happy enough with this. They just want the rifles, but they need, more importantly, round wins. Let's see if they can get one. Straight away towards top Banana. Molotov will clear behind the sandbags. One player already up, and it's Raftu. He made it behind the Molotovs before they popped, and he's got an opening kill now for SKADE.
Last now, time to shine, time to deliver.
God.
Oh, if he took that shot. Oh,
But the sad thing is, if he took that shot, he might have only done like 50 damage on the one player, because that half wall seems to eat bullets, no matter what gun it is.
Do you know the best gun to spam the half wall with? Auto shotgun.
Yeah.
Auto sniper even, sorry. Auto sniper, because you can just chime through it and just wreck them as they rush up Banana. But then you just have an M4 or something on the side of you to back up when they come and push around, and then they go on the cleanup duty. But Larson, he stays conventional, and he even gets the second Raftu.
Yeah.
You didn't have the time to push that. You had no backup either.
Yeah, you said cleanup duty. Well, Larson's arrived for it. He's found himself first, second, and third. Bomb on the floor, burning in the Molotov, but he's done his work. He's done enough already. 3v2 man advantage now for the CT side. They can play this retake if they want. They don't really want the money to go into the bank accounts of the T side, but they've got to let it slide. There was a player all the way back on towards the A-bomb site. But now a chance for SKADE. They've got a good crossfire. Dennis Law back in behind the pillar. You've got Rimwicker first oranges. This could be enough of a crossfire to get them around win once Ambush try to come back in through the side. They don't have too many mollies. They've got one in the back pocket of Doctish that they can use up, but this is perfect. That Molotov's going to go... Why has he done that? He's just throwing the Molotov right into the smoke, but it doesn't matter. Denislaw still finds two, Rainwaker finds another, and it's SKADE. 14-13, they pick up the round, and they will go back into the lead.
Well, that was a nice way for SKADE to come back into it, but it's all about whether they can make that happen twice, right? You're not going to get away with the same old tricks against Ambush again and again.
Yeah, the big part there was, you know, that initial kill coming in towards Banana from Raf2. Okay, that gives them a good start. They get quite a bit of Banana control off the back of it. Then they throw it away. Yeah. So it wasn't a well-played round from SKADE overall. They just got lucky in the post pack, right? They won the 2v3. But for me, that's not a very consistent way of winning rounds. So Ambush still with a chance to potentially break them. And if they are to win this box, this is where the money just goes. SKADE are in such a scary position. So Larssen could be the man to deliver the first blow in this round. Doesn't quite hit the shot. It's quite a tight angle, so instead decides to fall back, uses the Molotov to cut them off. But the 3 kills come in for the CT side. Denislaw has made it through, and they're not going to be expecting him from wrong, but Larssen needs to be aware of this. Spotted Doctish on towards Denislaw. And now 5 HP is all that Denislaw has to play with. And he is gone. Spellin, the last remaining player. This is horrible. SKADE lose everything. Not a really solid buy at all coming into this next one. So they've got a decision. Do they want to play for overtime? Go for the half investment here, play for OT? I would personally go with that call. I think that would be the better option here. Because winning this is going to be very difficult if you just force buy. But I mean, you can get quite a few Khalils in, I guess.
But look at the CT side. 3 SGs. Yeah. Got a Hawk at an M4. You never want to be going up against them.
Yeah, it feels like this might be done.
Feels like Ambush have held strong, played well, adjusted successfully. SKADE didn't have the answers, but this push coming up is going to be very interesting. Berry has to get one, and he does. Starts off strong, spraying away with the SG. He's stuck behind sandbags. Raftu's coming to back him up. Raftu will come to finish him off even because it's Rouse that was the one coming to back him up. I crossed wires there on the team names. But either way, it evens up 3-3. Basically the same thing. Yeah, definitely. One's Bulgarian, one's Danish. Both begin with R. I'll take it.
They both begin with R. That's the one,
that
one
was the
thing
close
we get.
part.
Well, Rainwaker is going to be the front man. You've got Doctish, who has not moved. He is still up on that balcony. Larssen's rotated in, and this may be the perfect timing. Finds the bomb. Second coming in. That is so quick. Larssen delivering shot after shot. 3 kills. He holds them all off, and it's 15-14. Map point for Ambush on their opponent's map pick. This is so scary for SKADE. We're moving into train. They lost this the last time.
End of this map. Ambush Esports sign Larssen.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorted.
Oh, man.
The thing is, they all did go 1 by 1 to him, right? It's still good that he was able to hold it and he stayed out in the open, but like, they literally just went 1 dead. 1
no flash
dead.
either.
Yeah, just drying into him, and well, the last potential round here, unless SKADE somehow pull off the heroic and get us into overtime. Now, considering they got 2 MAC-10s, I'd like to see a faster style of play out here, because Ambush, they've been the ultimate turret towers so far when it's come to the latter rounds of their CT side. Larssen being an absolute unit. CK just doing what CK's done every game we've seen from Ambush. And even with Berry not performing so well, they're still managing to do this.
Yeah, it's because Larssen has a lot more firepower. And well, Denislaw drops in towards the pit. MAC-10 finds it. Spell unable to follow up. And of course, SKADE are in the position to pull this to overtime. Berry comes in, and yes, he's been quiet, but he needs to deliver at this point. Larssen coming through, caught off by Rocky. And here it is. It's overtime coming up on map number 1. These two teams so evenly matched, and Berry will do his best, but he's 6 HP. Surely winning this is impossible. He'll stand in the shot, he'll tap it, but he could have just stuck this at this point. Yeah, he's going to go back for it, sticking it. It's not planted for them. No way. Berry's just going to stick it, and with seconds left, milliseconds, Denislaw gets the headshot, and it's overtime. If he stuck that the first time, he won it, yeah.
Yeah, that, my God. Oh, if only Berry knew.
If I see that bomb planted there, I'd do it anyway.
Yeah, because you knew also, you knew the player was from mid, you knew the player was on big pit, so my oh my, 15-15 overtime somehow comes into it, and Ambush won't be kicking themselves about that one, because remember, they did the same kind of tactic with the MAC-10 rush. It's a very successful one because it's such a fast, explosive style of play. the pit play was looking in two directions as he got swarmed around. Very difficult for them to hold on to. And now those odds, they've become a fair amount closer here for the GG.Bet Winter Cup. As always, guys, start your new year with bonuses from GG.Bet. You can activate it using a code called GG.Bet.com, and it will give you an 125% deposit bonus. So you want to put 50 in, you'll get an extra 75 on top. Quick math.
We need to get comfortable, Banks. It's 3 best of 3s today.
And we've gone to overtime on the first game.
Yeah, a lot of action coming up today. And obviously, pretty much every team in this tournament seemed to be so evenly matched, right? So we've seen a lot of close games, and the last series that these two teams played was incredibly close. The only map that wasn't close was Inferno. So now we've got close on Inferno. We've hit overtime. Perhaps this is going to be a long one.
One thing you'll say, though, is that Ambush certainly learned from their last experience going up against SKADE on Inferno.
It's hard to call here in overtime because the game changes now. There's no economy problems. It's just who's playing better in the gun rounds. And I think, for me, Ambush looked a little better on the CT side, but the T side was pretty weak. So we'll see whether or not... for me, T side rounds now become the currency. If you can win on T side, you get a couple of buffers, then you're in a good position here in overtime. We're looking for the magic number of 19 in overtime number 1, for anybody who's new to the concept of overtime. You know, a couple of kids might have got CS for Christmas. Finally getting into the scene. So overtime is when we reach a stalemate, 15-15. We need a winner. And Larson's going to go aggressive.
Wow.
That's a good shot in towards the apartment. CK finds a follow-up. Great advantages picked up, and this is the kind of aggressive play we've seen from Ambush, but Rockin gets the spam through the wall.
Yeah, SKADE. Didn't expect Larson to be so aggressive with that push. CK may have gone down after 1, but it's not the end of the world, and Doctor is looking to do some damage now. Remember, Doctor's had a real slow start to the game alongside Berry. Now they're stepping it up. Raftu, though, he'll deal with Rouse. Gives them a fighting chance, and little did they know that B site was completely open. But the bomb is all the way at A, and that's going to be the downfall for him.
Something I noticed, actually, Doctor's just playing completely differently in comparison to yesterday. He was the aggressive player on Banana yesterday, right? On the CT side.
And Orping.
Yeah. And now he's just sitting on the balcony in apps.
And Larson taking over Orping's duties. To be fair, Larson, Doctors was good on the Orb yesterday, but Larson is showing us some pretty radical shots.
So, fair enough. Doctors is doing okay from that position as well. Obviously, when you're in that spot, it's not exactly a spot where you can see the most action a lot of the time. You're kind of just waiting for the time when they come up short or they come up through the apartments. And, well, unfortunately for Doctors, they haven't really been able to make it anywhere past mid because the teammates have just been so solid. So, yeah, it's been pretty quiet. Raftu coming around the corner, has been spotted, they know where it is. Good kill. Doctors, his chance was there, but he does get picked off. And now with 5 seconds left, Raftu has to start planting that bomb. 4 seconds is probably just enough to get the bomb planted. And there it is. And he's going to be pushed. Oh my god, he nearly finds the clutch. That would have been unbelievable. But Berry saves the day. Really nice attempt from Raftu. Almost thought in my head there's absolutely no way he gets anything done here, but he was finding kills left, right, and center.
That would have been something pretty special. And it was almost possible there. SKADE are certainly fragging, but the teamwork, when it comes to, like, look, we've seen multiple times them go 1 by 1, and they're just trying to play off the individual skills and peeks into it. Also, when you're having CK and Larson having the kind of game that they're having, it makes things very difficult. But it is why we've gotten to overtime. Ambush take the first round. Confidence should still be very high. Oh, nice, good use of the molly. The smoke goes down, but a bit of damage already done to Larson. He's still able to pick up a kill, though.
Well, Berry with the double. Rimwaker and Spellin left alone now in what, 2v5. So they've never really had the chance to play their own game because Ambush have just been so aggressive. SKADE have always been fighting with the deficit. And the rounds that they've won on the T side have been when they've got that opening kill. And they've had to sacrifice so many players in utility in towards Banana just to get that opening kill all the time. And this is just a perfect cleanup. Ambush go to 17. They could have a flawless CT half here and have 3 chances to take away Inferno. They've already reached map point once, but they didn't have too many chances to get over the line. It was just the one opportunity to end it in regulation, but now they'll be giving themselves a good chance moving forward. If they can win this one, I'm starting to feel very worried for SKADE, because yes, their CT side looked good at the beginning, but they lost all that momentum towards the end of that first half as well, so who knows? Maybe Ambush have just warmed up into this and they're looking better overall.
Larson looking to be aggressive there at mid, but already SKADE have started to barrel their way up towards this B-bomb site. 2-man hold, Berry and Rouse, but they won't stand and fight for too long. Control now had by SKADE, and goes into that stalemate situation where they're just waiting for who's going to make the next move.
Yeah, this has been the only way that SKADE have been winning, is when they're going for that fast aggression towards Banana and they get an opening kill. But the problem is, it's kind of a 50-50 whether or not you'll get this opening. And they haven't found it just yet. So they're going 5v5 straight in towards the B-bomb site. They want to try and get the site, but there's the opening kill in favor of Rouse. Bit of back, importantly, by Rocking. So we're still 44 with the bomb plant coming in. Berry's close to the lineup. Eventually will do some damage, but never denying the bomb plant there. Spellman will get it down, and this is looking like a round where SKADE can potentially get one in overtime on the T side. They just have to have a flawless half themselves moving into the next.
CK, though, ready to pounce on the rest of his team. Go look at the way they're going to do this. Utility being used, then he just holding position, and CK, he knows, he's ready, he was prepared for it. Continues to spray through, looks to finish off Rocking. Berry's there as well. It's now a 1v1, but as he comes through the smoke, Rain will finish him off. And my oh my, that got closer than expected, but SKADE at least do pick up one round there. CK is just on form today.
Yeah, 27 and 23. He's having an excellent performance.
He's fearless as well, man.
Yeah, he's just making some crazy plays, and just it's working. That's the thing, right? If you make crazy plays and it doesn't work, you just look a little bit stupid. But the fact that he's got the skill to back up his craziness is there. And Larson is only 1 kill behind him. He's 26 and 20. Overall, he has a better stat line. He's got left steps, better KD, but CK's kills have been huge. And well, 17.
What did you say? It was like 4 3Ks or something?
Yeah,
I
think it might be more than that now at this point. Berry is on 47 ADR, so quite a difference from the top to the bottom.
He's come back into it, though. He had a really rough start. 0-8 at one point. Rain can hear everything that's going on. Raptu trying to hold strong, and this is not going to work out for him.
Well, Rocking just let him walk past through the smoke. Larson will be dropped, and Rocking does good work there to get that kill. Pulls it right back into a 3v3. Now Rouse trying to make his way in towards the bomb site. Rocking will see the action that's unfolding here as Dennis Law starts to come in through the apartments. He's got the AWP in his hands. He wants to catch this player crossing back into the pit, but spotting him is not going to be easy at all. Rouse just stays there in behind, spots the info, and that's the bomb. He hears the player just running in behind him, and Berry was completely unaware of that possibility. And now it's an advantage for the CT side to even the scoreline again, for SKADE to make it even to 17-17. And Ambush are going to have to go back and try and recover this bomb. Speller's got it covered off. 40 seconds to do so, missed shot, but Spellin, he stays alive. Now looking down the barrel, in towards the boiler. Dennis Law coming through. Rouse, he'll spot this, but careful. Spellin's still alive, and he'll find a headshot. Doctish gone. Now only Rouse, and it's certainly looking like it's going to be even as Rouse heads his way towards the top of the stairs. He'll catch up one, but still needs to recover that bomb. And with the time so low, he has to commit to the A bomb site. There's no falling back from this. Flash goes through. He's 15 HP. Player in library, 1 in pit. This is definitely unwinnable, as Rocking will pick it up. 17-17. Even again, Bites. It's been, what, 1 hour played, maybe a little bit more, and we're still no further as to seeing which team's going to move forward.
The real problem with that previous round was once that bomb went down that position, it was just, if you jumped up, you're going to be seen from many angles. Go around short, Spellman was already there, just sat chilling, waiting for everyone. It was just so difficult to make a move.
Yeah, it was always going to be a hard one. Well, here it is. One of these teams will go to map point. Will we see double OT? It's a real possibility at this point.
Yeah, they're really evenly matched, and their only previous overtime game, I think I said, was Overpass, right? So that was 19-17, still went in favor of SKADE. But this is a true test of strength in every way forward. Remember, this is only the first map of the best of 3.
Yeah, this is map 1, the one map in the series that wasn't that close the last time these teams played. 16-9 was a pretty convincing performance from SKADE, but Ambush have fought back. This is a good performance on their opponent's map pick. We'll see if they can do one better and get it over the line. Flash going to clear the corner. Rimwaker's smoked off. He is forced back in towards Library, and this is good control initially being taken by Ambush, but Denislaw, he's been very impactful from this position in regulation, and he'll find a fast flick to the brain of Doctish. Man advantage picked up.
Blood splattered all over the wall, brain juices flowing, and as the second one goes down, Denny with the AWP in hand, he's able to hold on and make this work. 5v2, CK and Larson. They are the big boys in play for Ambush, but this is a hard task ahead of him. Larson just turns at the wrong time, and Rain, he loves that silence M4, and he certainly makes it work. CK, the solo man left in this, he's looking for an opening, he's looking for a chance, and Denny will now walk away with a 3K. That's 3 for him overall so far, and he is the man with the master plan, delivering all the damage here for SKADE over and over again. Boom. Boom. Oh, we didn't get the third.
Well, this could be a win from SKADE coming through. They've got a buy, and the money's not quite there from Ambush. So they've gone for a Mac 10, CZ, and 3 AKs. It's the prime opportunity for SKADE to find victory. Ambush will be charging their way up through second middle. CK just holding for the aggression that could potentially come towards the bottom of the apartment stairs. The rest of the squad gathered in second middle. No one showing presence in Banana at all. Raftu, he could be finding himself quite a few kills here. His teammate Denislaw at the bottom of Boiler to back him up, but he's gone. He's moved back in towards Short instead. Player at top mid ready. There's Berry waiting for his time to shine. This is the strat they've used so often. Just balcony bomb straight on towards the side. Denislaw this time will find the opening. How do you find the follow-up? The answer is no. Rouse and Doctish finding frags, and they've got the advantage into this. Ambush looking to go to double OT. Tapping away, trying to find headshots as Rainwaker sits in behind the smoke. Molotov up. Bomb plant through, and that again is the strat that pays off. It's unbelievable. The apartments rush straight through balcony, just play contact, walk up, and explode seems to work for both of these sides so often.
Do it every round. Why not at this point? You want a shorty round? It's the way to go. And neither team have got wise to it just yet. SKADE looking to get this retake on. Doctor's aware.
They haven't got Molotov to put anything, and Rouse will find a headshot. Falling to pieces, Doctor finds a follow-up, and Rocking is gone. Double overtime coming right up. And we've got more CS action. Map number 1 is delivering. The game that keeps on giving. And look at that, Rouse is on 26 kills as well. So you have CK on 27, Larson on 26, and Rouse on 26. So got 3 big fraggers over there on this T side. Over on the CT side, it's more of a team effort across the board. Pretty much everyone within a couple of kills of each other, with Denislaw just up there slightly. Well, 28 kills. But this could be another super long series versus these two teams. Already has the first map going that way.
Funny thing is that last time I went to double OT for him. Oh, single OTs, 1917.
Yeah,
that
there
was
was
a
no
single
double
OT.
OT.
Now they're going the full distance and some more. And this was SKADE's pick. It was a 90% win ratio. They're so confident on it.
Yeah.
But Ambush, they've lived, they've learned, they've brought Larson in, and alongside CK, these two look like just one deadly duo.
It has sort of become quiet, though, in these recent rounds. I don't think any of them got a single kill in the last 2 rounds with overtime number 1. But Larson has stepped up this time. Good kill in towards top Banana. Spell and gone. CK looking to try and deliver from apartments. We have Rimwaker down in the pit playing the barrel spot. An advantage here on Ambush. Still maintained.
Rotation's been forced over as well. This means the CTs trying to holster up in the sights and keep it nice and defensive as much as possible. Don't allow Ambush to find a way in. But the way that Ambush is split up here, they've got so much they can do, so much to push around. Denny has to deliver this shot, misses the first, but still stands around. He wants to go for some more. Nade comes towards him, but he's nicely able to defend himself behind the pillar. Larson still hoping someone's going to make a mistake at B, but it's Raftu on the other side looking for him. 26 seconds to go.
Oh, well, they've got to go. That's for sure. But we'll see if Raf2 can deliver any impact on this AWP on the hold. Smoke in for CT cross. Raf2 still up on top of the coffins. No smoke, no utility being used on his position whatsoever. And he will find one, nearly a second as he lands damage, but not the kill. The lateral is there. The collateral comes through, and Raf2 finds the double. Good hold. And what a terrible execute from Ambush.
What execute?
Yeah, they didn't execute.
Walk
That's
out
nothing.
after 1 or 2 flashes, right?
They arrived for their own execution. That's what that was.
Raf2 just didn't. He didn't have to move. Like, he first of all tagged up Larson in the first place, right? And then just didn't have to move.
There's no pressure on him whatsoever, right? There's no Molotov, there's no smoke, there's not even a flashbang in his general direction. What? That was just terrible.
He didn't even jiggle peek, right? He just moved to the right, moved to the left,
just take kills,
took some shots,
reload, come back, take another one.
It was far too easy for him. That should have never been possible. 19 now on the board, though, for SKADE. Question is, can they hold on to this lead? Denny, he's getting aggressive again. Hoping Doctors might jump in. Goes to poke into window, and Denny misses the shot. Doctors wants to push it, but now Doctors finds himself stuck in the apartment. The sprays are coming through, and Denny has to back away. Down on 33 health, but Ambush, they've dealt with him, they've pushed him back. Nice positional play coming out at least. Doctors making the best of a bad situation for himself. Top mid secured, and Ambush, they have the push into A so far. They could easily have a rotation come in from SKADE, and that's exactly what's happening. Spellen's decided to push up the top of Banana. He's going to take that control, and Rockin's making his way across, but Rouse, he's already all the way around, and now he's going to be able to sneak through, but in the meantime, Larson's gone down. CK now trying to make it work, but he's got to continue to look around him. They've already got to go and get control of this B site, and Spellen, now he has to hold on. He has to hold strong with the AWP in hand.
Ooh, nice shot from Spellen. Back lines, goes back for more, but Dennis Law, good frag. Spellen gone as well from Berry. That's going to be a 2v2 as they move forward. Berry holds the flank, good kill on towards Dennis Law. Rimwicker, the last remaining player, 1v2. 19-19 looking likely. Rimwicker spotted. He's going to be dropped. And again, we're even.
That was such like a mixed cluster of confusion on both sides. SKADE thought they had it by moving a player over towards A. He gets picked off, and the rush comes in from Ambush towards B. Spellen does his best to hold on, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't meant to be. 19-19. Plenty of money still. It's not the problem, right? They've got the buys, they've got the weapons they want, all that utility stacked up. But this next winning round is the deciding factor of it all. Because one of these two teams will be broke afterwards. Berry taking a fair bit of damage already as he works his way up Banana. Rocking by Sandbag. Spellen unable to really back him up due to the Molotov. It's all going to come down to timing. As that flash goes over, Berry still can't move forward. And Denny and Rafter in the meantime, though, they found themselves two, and it's no problem at all.
Yeah, two-man advantage already here on the CT side, followed up by Rocking, who just jumps up on top of the sandbags, finding himself a very easy kill. SKADE will head into the lead, 20-19. Unless Rouse and Larson have some heroics up their sleeve. Spellen is going to track his way down in towards Banana. He might catch Larson, but the double peek should be here from both of them. Onto the iron goal, that is very well played. They get rid of Spellen, completely obliterating him. But the problem was for them in the previous round was this coffin spot. And well, again it is, the bane of their existence. Rocking with a double, 20-19, SKADE head into the lead again, moving into the second half of overtime number 2. A couple of chances now trying to take this one over the line.
It just seems to work out really well for SKADE at Coffin, doesn't it? Just every single time. They look at it, they're ready for it, he doesn't poke, and then it's just down to a millisecond of timing. Oh, now it's the time to strike.
And well, SKADE need to reach 22. So the magic number in overtime number 1 is 19, obviously. You move into overtime number 2, you want to get 22 rounds. And well, SKADE are now looking for these last 2 rounds. And they have three rounds to get it in, so they have 2 opportunities to pick up these last 2 rounds on the board. But with the way this is going, it's hard to see that happening because it's just been so back and forth. It's like, when are we ever going to see that happen? When is this game going to end? And this is, again, map number 1. We've still got potentially 2 more maps coming up. Molotov coming through into the deep banana. What? Rocking, it didn't even spread to him until he walked back into it. But CK will find himself a Rainwaker. Good follow-up kill, but it's Larson actually grabbing that. Doctors getting aggressive in the apartments. Rocking finally answers back. It is within touching distance, but the advantage sides with Ambush.
Really solid stuff there. Ambush go to change it. CK pushes down.
Oh, gap. Larson misses. That would have given a huge advantage to Ambush. Would have pulled it into the 3v1. Is the bomb in underpass?
Yeah, it's in Vietnam.
That's going to be very difficult to pick up.
Question is, do Ambush know that it's in Vietnam?
Or is it Mexico? Two very different geographically.
See, in 1.6 it's always called Vietnam, and I've always called it that from now on. But yeah, on the map it's called Underpass.
Yeah,
I know the Americans always call it Mexico.
Yeah, smuggling tunnel. I don't know.
I played with one guy that called it Pablo Escobar. And I was like, well, yeah, that does work.
Yeah, it does.
But I'm not calling Pablo Escobar. It's a long call out just for that little spot. Imagine trying to do that.
Did Pablo Escobar actually use any smuggling tunnels, though? That's the question.
He did on the end to get out of prison, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was El Chapo, was it not? They dug a giant hole underneath the prison. Oh, well, Rounds gets a double anyway. Dennis Law and Rocking both gone.
We had a whole conversation about Underpass.
I think at this point, we need a little break, you know? It's just like, off topic for one round, and we're right back in.
2020, though.
The year.
The year, my vision. Not your vision after yesterday, what we saw.
It's like, what's going
that
on
number?
Here? Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I'll see whether or not SKADE can end it.
Potentially, this is the first 2020 official game of 2020.
I think it is. There definitely is.
Because we had the first games ever yesterday.
There we go. That's our call to fame.
We casted the first 2020 in 2020.
Now we gotta cast the first 22-20, or are we gonna... Is this gonna end, or are we gonna go again? Overtime number 3. Get all the OTs. I think the longest game I've ever cast is 6 OTs. Might have been 7 OTs, actually. There's a Virtus Pro game on trade, and it was terrible. Went on, and eventually the CS just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. And it was just
was just like a cluster, right? Everyone was just rushing and doing random.
Because you start to run out of ideas, right? And I think that'll be a bigger problem for Ambush, because they haven't been together as long, right? They've got to stand in, coming up with new ideas is difficult. They haven't got a coach. What if SKADE have a coach? It's actually quite a catch if SKADE had a coach yesterday.
I can't remember at all.
Sure, we'll find out. SKADE gathering up inside the middle. Bomb in second mid, so they'll pick that up. Looking to try and finish on the A-bomb side. This would be the perfect time to do it, because there's only 2 players winning here. Absolutely no one on long. So if they are to wrap from long side, this could be perfect. And I think CK, without him getting too much done, then for me, this could be a very good hit on towards the A-bomb side. But perfect timing. CK gets 1, but he is dealt with pretty quickly by Spellin, and now it's only Doctors, who has a lot of work to do inside of the pit. They see the smoke, and they know that he's there, because this smoke is used just to get rid of those Molotovs, so they can't force him away. But it does give away his position, but he's just trying to delay, trying to waste time, and there's certainly no time to waste for SKADE. They get the kill, they get the bomb planted, and all the kills are coming in. It's going to be map point, finally, on Inferno for SKADE, but it's still not done yet. We have a chance for Ambush into this next round after this.
And they are going to have to hold on to the guns, because look at CK, Doctors, and Berry's money.
It's kind of weird when you get into these late stages of overtime, when you've had a close affair and you've been investing so much in ops and buying every round. This is where the economy actually does become a problem. Oh, spotted. Wrath on the cross. And they see exactly where he is. And there it is, 21-20. SKADE looking to try and take this one over the line. Need to try and send us to the second map. Larson catches off a spell at the end there, so he does get to keep his AWP into the next. But this is either triple OT or another map. So we'll see what's coming up next. SKADE coming into the AWP in the hands of Dennis Law. The rifle's being picked up. Double AWP set up for Ambush. You know, you might as well spend everything you've got at this point.
And if I'm right, we're not doing 16k money, we're doing 10k start money for this as well. So that's made the economy harder when it comes to overtime. You've got to be a bit more careful.
Especially if you're
I'm not a fan of 10k, I prefer 16k, but it does make for a bit of interesting CS when it comes to overtimes.
Yeah, it's kind of the idea behind overtime is you just want to have gun run after gun run, right? Yeah, you want to see who's better in the gun runs. But the problem is when it comes to 16k, you can't trust players just to play gun runs because people buy 5 auto snipers and crazy stuff like this.
Yeah, Astralis, good old. We got 16k. It's the last round on Dust 2. Let's all buy auto sniper and spam down.
And as well, a lot of teams like to pick up that double op setup in 10k overtime. And obviously, that's such a huge investment that it then becomes a problem if you get into the late stages of overtime.
Well, if you buy a double op setup on the first round of 10k overtime and then you lose the round, like your economy's bugged.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, great. But Berry, giving them the strong start they wanted here, and we'll just go back to hold the angle. Voids most of the molly, just continues to back away, down on 71 health, but he can reposition this. If he gets this next kill, that could be huge, but he doesn't expect Denny to be so far to the side. And Denny's movement, you'd love to see it, but Rouse, he wants to hold on. The smokes are going down, but Denny again, this man, he is just delivering for his team over and over again. We said about him yesterday, but today he's been on point.
Yeah, he's had enough of Inferno. He wants to go to the second map. It's been a long time coming, and Spellin finds another kill. Larson and Doctiz in a 2v3, looking to try and deliver this retake. As they start to come through, Larson scoped in towards the back of New Box. Denislot in behind it. They've got one Molotov in the hands of Doctiz that they could use up, and it's going to go towards Dark. Corner up, flashbangs going through, and now it has to be the Hail Mary. Straight through in towards the side. Denislot with another, and Spellin delivers through the smoke. Finally, we get our victors, 22-20, coming through for the SKADE side. We head to Train next, and that is certainly going to be another affair that could go the distance.
Well, last time around, Train went to ambush, and it was 16-14. Very close affair, like you were just saying. Yep. But this one was incredibly close. This one took us through the overtimes, but there was also multiple chances where both teams could have closed it out. Both teams could have had the win there. So I think afterwards, both these teams are going to really look at a reset, calm down, chill out before we get to the second map, because they're going to need a few moments to really adjust themselves to thinking, okay, we've still got a bit more ahead of us here. And for Ambush, if they want to win, they want to take it to a third map, they've got a long road.
Yeah, I think they're going to welcome the break. I think they're certainly going to take this little break to try and just reset, get some drinks and stuff, because that was quite a long one. And for me, a good sign of that for Ambush is they got that confidence on the CT side going. This is their map pick coming into it. If they can have a good CT affair, they could definitely take this map away and come back into things.
And I'll definitely praise Ambush on the fact that they were so comfortable with actually being a massive deficit at the beginning. It was really looking terrible. What was it? 10-0 before we got a round on the board, or 9-1 it ended up being. And then they still managed to fight back. They still took us to all the distance with it. So good effort from them, guys. They shouldn't be disheartened by it. But for SKADE, they should be thinking, why did we get it let like this? We got to 13, and then we slowed all the way down.
Yeah, they have the individuals there in SKADE, but it's finding that consistency across the board, making it consistent and winning these rounds and getting over the line. But for me, I'm looking forward to seeing whether or not Larson and CK can keep that performance up. I'm pretty confident in CK keeping it up. I just want to see whether or not it's Larson that can be consistent.
Train, Orpa's heaven, right? He should be able to be consistent. He should be able to deliver it. But I believe it is time for us to go to a break, and then when we come back, it'll be Train, the next map in our best of 3 here between Ambush